Welcome to the E Academy. In today's episode, we will continue discussing the lighting function available in lunar motion detectors belonging to the Slimline family. Last time we focused on how this function works and how to configure it in the detector. Today, we will show you instead how to control the lunar lighting based on the functions offered by the INTEGRA Control Panel. To begin with, let us recall that the lunar detectors can work in one of three modes. These are remote control only, remote control or motion activation, and motion activation if the lunar terminal is shorted to the ground. Let's start from the first mode. This option means that the lighting will be turned on only when the lunar terminal of detector is shorted to common ground. In our case, the signal will come from the output of the INTEGRA 128 Plus control panel, which we are about to configure. You can use, for example, the 24 mono switch type of output. It can be activated by violation of selected zones to which, for example, motion detectors or magnetic contacts can be connected. To control the operation of lighting, you can also use dusk detectors, which will turn on the lights when it gets dark and turn them off when it dawns. Astronomical clocks may also be useful. These are the devices that control lighting according, for example, to the time of sunset and sunrise. The light can be switched on at certain times from the output of 26 timer type. This can be used, for example, to simulate presence of household members using the lighting of lunar detectors. If you would like their white LEDs to function as emergency lighting in case of power failure, you can use the 28 AC loss mainboard immediate type of output. However, in this case, it is necessary to take into account the fact that the lighting will draw energy from a backup power source, which is a battery. Therefore, the operating time of a given part of the alarm system may be reduced. When configuring the lighting function control, you can also use logic functions offered by the INTEGRA control panels. You can use, for example, the 46 outputs logical and 47 outputs logical or output types. How the logical operators and or work was discussed in detail in episode 47. Now let's take a look at some sample configurations of the INTEGRA control panel that can be used in practice to control the lighting. First, something simple. The lunar connector on our detector is connected to the control panel output 5. The point is that the lighting function can be activated by the currently configured slim dual lunar detector connected to the zone 9. The lighting can also be switched on by two other detectors, Opal Plus connected to zone 10 and the magnetic contact K1 connected to zone 11. So we program the outputs 5 as the mono switch activated from the aforementioned zones having numbers 9, 10 and 11. In the case of an output configured as mono switch, its operation time must be set. After this time, the output will be turned off, which means that in our case the lighting will go out. Let's set 10 seconds. However, if one of the indicated zones is violated again before this time expires, for example, when someone moves in the field of view of motion detector, the countdown will be restarted from the beginning of the last violation. But if the countdown is to be restarted after the end of the last violation, for example, only after the closing of the entrance door, the Active During Violation option should be selected. Please note that by default, all timers next to the mono switch output are selected. By factory default, no timer is configured in the INTEGRA control panel, so leaving the check mark would change nothing in the way the given output will work. However, after programming at least one timer, the output would start to be time-controlled, which would work contrary to our assumptions. Therefore, it is advisable to deselect all the timers right away. We send data to the control panel and check how it works. Violation of the slim dual lunar detector. The lighting turns on for a preset time. Now we violate the Opal Plus detector. The countdown restarts. OK, the light goes out. Move the magnet away from the magnetic contact. The light is on all the time when the zone 11 is violated. After zone restore, the countdown begins. OK, the lighting has turned off. Now we can add a dependence. We assume that the lighting is to turn on only from dusk to dawn. We could do this by using a dusk sensor, for example, the one that is built into the Opal Plus outdoor motion detector. However, we have to pay attention to the fact that the dusk sensor will actuate only 15 minutes after crossing the threshold of light intensity. The time delay has been introduced so that the sensor can be resistant to momentary and accidental changes in light intensity. Therefore, the dusk sensor operation will be simulated using the B2 switch, which is connected to the Zone 12. The output 8 will be programmed as the 24 mono switch type triggered from the said zone number 12. To enable lighting to be on when it is dark, we must set the time to 0 and select the Active During Violation option. We copy the configuration that we used before directly for the output 5 and configure the output 7 in the same way. The output 5 connected to the lunar terminal in the detector must be programmed as type 46, outputs logical AND instead. We will assign to it the output 7 and 8 configured a moment ago. We send data to the control panel. With this configuration, when the dusk sensor is not violated, that is, when it is not dark yet, the lighting should not turn on. As you can see, detector violations activate the output 7, but do not turn the light on. We toggle B2 to simulate violation of the dusk sensor, which will activate the output 8. Now violation of the detectors turns the lighting on. We assume that the morning has arrived, so the dusk sensor will be restored. We switch B2 over, the output 8 turns off. Detector violations should not turn on the lighting now. Okay, everything works as expected. Let's go back to the lunar detector lighting modes. The second available option is remote control or motion activation, which means the lighting will come on after ground signal is delivered to the lunar terminal. This is the remote control, whereas motion activation will occur when the detector itself detects motion. I will only add that in the meantime we set in our detector the second mode we are just discussing. However, the time of switching on the motion-activated lighting has been set to 5 seconds. Let's check then how it works. We just need to slightly modify the control panel settings. At the output 7, uncheck the zone 9. That is the one to which the alarm relay of our lunar detector is connected. We send data to the control panel. Okay, let's recall the assumptions. The lighting can be activated remotely via the INTEGRA Control Panel. This will occur after violation of the Opal Plus detector or the K1 magnetic contact, but only if B2 switch is on. The white LEDs will glow for 10 seconds after the last detection violation has ended. Instead, when Luna itself detects movement, the lighting will always turn on. However, the lighting time will be shorter because we have set it to just 5 seconds. OK, the B2 switch is in the off position. The output 8 is inactive. Neither violation of the Opal Plus detector nor magnetic contact causes any reaction of lighting. It only activates the output 7. But the lunar detector automatically turns the light on for 5 seconds after motion detection. We now turn on B2. Now, violations of Opal Plus or K1 should turn on the lighting for 10 seconds. Finally, we violate the lunar detector. As you can see, the lighting worked half the time, which is as expected. Now let's go to the last operating mode available in lunar detectors, that is, motion activation if lunar terminal is shorted to ground. Let's assume the lighting is to be switched on automatically when motion is detected by the lunar detector, but only when the dusk sensor connected to the control panel signals that it is dark. We will also add an extra condition that, after the power failure, the lighting should not turn on to prevent unnecessary battery drain. Now let's proceed to configure the control panel. The output 9 is set to type 28, AC loss mainboard immediate. We change the polarity of the output so that it can be active all the time when the AC mains power is available. The output 5 will now be the logical AND of outputs 8 and 9. In this way, the output 5 will be activated only when the dusk sensor simulated by B2 is violated and the control panel AC mains power supply is available. We send the data. The B2 switch is off. The output 9 is active. Motion detection by the detector does not turn on the lighting. Let's turn on B2. The outputs 8 and 9 are active. The output 5, configured as their logical AND, also turns on. Now, violation of the motion detector turns on the light for the time programmed in detector configuration menu, that is 5 seconds. We disconnect the control panel from the mains. Trouble indicator appears on the keypad. The outputs 5 and 9 turn off. As you can see, the motion detection is signaled by the detector, but the lighting does not turn on. We restore the mains power. Now the detector violation turns the light on again for the specified time. Okay, everything works fine. Finally, an interesting note: the lighting in the lunar detectors can serve as an indoor optical signaling device. In this case, you can use the output for the first type, which is burglary, at the same time selecting the pulse option. And this is how it may look. The examples presented today are, of course, only a fraction of the possibilities offered by the INTEGRA control panels. Finally, please note that you can always send suggestions on the subject of subsequent episodes to the eAcademy at satel.pl address. That's all for today. Thank you. We invite you to the next meetings at the eAcademy. See you soon.